My role is I take care of organizing and the pastry department. So we have like probably 10 pastries that we prepare. Okay, right now we're making apricot rolls, and these are very, very popular. They sell for about $3, and it's really made from scratch. We take apricots and we boil them, and we add sugar to them, and we make a syrup for them, so they're like really yummy, and people really love them. So we make 5,000 of these. That's our goal, to make 5,000. We've been baking since the week after Pascha, so let's think about that.
May 1st. Mm-hmm.
May 1st was Pascha, so Tuesday would have been the 3rd, so the 10th, May 10th. Every week since May 10th, and we will continue until the end of July. We make about 4,000 to 5,000 of every pastry. So in order to make that many, we need to begin that early. And we have these massive freezers and refrigerators that can accommodate everything that we make, so they stay fresh and ready to bake for the festival. I do everything from making a shopping list to getting here early to make this apricot mix or do the dough or those kinds of things. And then once the festival happens, we take all the products that we make, and I'm in charge of kind of baking them and making sure that they look presentable to sell. After that's all said and done though, it really takes every single person who walks in this room to make it happen. So all these women who come every week, they take time out of their schedules to be here, and it's a great form of camaraderie, and we develop relationships, and I think we're friends, right? I think we're all great friends because of this time that we have together. Our sessions run from 9 to 9, and that's because we want to accommodate everybody's schedule. So if you work all day, you can still come in the evenings. If you need to be home for your children after school, you can come in the mornings, etc.
My favorite part about pastries, learning how to make them, because I don't know how to make a lot of these things. I don't have the recipes, not being Greek. So I've learned how to make breads, cookies, phyllo dough, pastries. It's been a great experience, plus just hanging out with everyone.
I really want our parish to know how fun it is. It could be so much fun, and you just, like I mentioned before, develop relationships that you wouldn't otherwise. You know, you come every Sunday. A lot of times you rush through coffee hour, you go to Sunday school, or you have a meeting, and you leave and you don't get to talk to each other. So now we know everything and more about each other.
My name is Victoria Andromeda-Dale. I teach Greek dance here at Holy Trinity. I learned from Stella Thanasiou, and my role here is to pass down that huge part of our heritage, which is dancing and the traditions behind that. Greek dancing has a huge cultural impact still today. It's typically taught at a young age, though some may not be entirely interested in learning just yet. Practices we would hold all throughout the summer, usually Sundays after church. Sometimes we would do 2-a-days, you know, immediately after, and then later. They'd go for about 2 hours. And then we would practice, we'd throw in some weekly practices as well for 2 hours. The Kalamatiano is the dance of Greece. It is the dance that everybody thinks of when they think of Greek dancing, Greek gatherings. The Kalamatiano is a dance that starts and finishes any big Greek gathering, baptisms, weddings. Anytime we practice, we always start and end with the Kalamatiano. The food festival, we always start with the Kalamatiano. They say it's from Kalamata, but we dance it anywhere. It has 12 basic steps. It also goes counterclockwise. Usually the leaders of the dance get to do more variations and fun little spin-offs of that basic step. But it's something that everybody does.
best part of Greek dancing is having fun with all your friends and family.
I'm Luke, and I think the best part of Greek dancing is being able to connect to your traditions with your family.
Pantozali comes from the island of Crete, although there are many other islands who do the dance in their own different form as well. It's a very lively dance. It has a lot of jumping, leaping. It has like 5 basic steps to it, and it's danced in a line going counterclockwise.
Well, I think it's important to hold on to our culture, and our traditions after coming to America. We could still hold on to what our ancestors did.
Thanks to people like our instructor, Victoria, cultural traditions have been able to be passed down from generation to generation.
Greek dancing is a way of expressing yourself in a way that everybody can understand. Dance is universal. It has a universal language. It's a good way to express sorrow, joy. It also brings everybody together. It's just a celebration. The Zambekiko is a freestyle dance. It's totally improvisational. It is traditionally danced by men. It's where one person at a time will get up and dance and other people kneel, they clap in support. It's a very emotional dance. This dance was often done when Greeks were being persecuted and pushed out of their country. And it was to show their emotion. That's why often their arms are up in like a surrendered position. Their head is down to kind of hide that emotion, but the way they dance is so passionate. And the way they kind of stumble and sway kind of tells a story of what our people have gone through, where they have come from and where they are now. The Sousta is really big in the Dodecanese Islands. Their energy and bouncing and liveliness of this dance is absolutely fantastic. When we do a performance here, we have just the girls dance it, but you go anywhere in Greece and there's going to be men and women. Everybody does it. It has a bouncing movement, lots of triple steps. It too goes in a circle, and the Karapathikos is my favorite. It also moves forward and backwards at the same time. And it has a fun, different handhold where you cross arms. The Kritiko Shito is also from the island of Crete. It is a slower, more controlled, subtle dance. Although every different village kind of has their own take on it. Pittsburgh also took their own take on the Kritiko Shito, and we have adapted that through the years and kind of made it our own here in our village of Pittsburgh. Sailor's dance is always a choreography piece. It's not something where people from different areas can jump up and do the exact same dance. It is the dance of the Greek sailors, like the name says, with a series of tricks and bends and slaps and jumps to show strength and agility.
It's basically going back in our heritage and trying to get back into our roots and reopening the past.
Now, how great would it be if we could actually jump from the middle of practice to the middle of a performance? Sadly, that's not really how festivals work. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, so we're gonna have to pause, rewind, and take a look. There's a lot of work to be done before the dancers even show up. Inside the grand hall, tables need to be set up, covered in a blue tablecloth, and wiped down. The buffet line must have food warmers ready to go, cash registers prepped, the beverage coolers have to be filled, and all the food has to be prepared to feed thousands of people. Outside, there are many tables and chairs that need to be wiped down and set up. Then blue tablecloths have to cover the surface of every eating table under the main tent. Workers put up tents about a week or two in advance. Each tent is massive and requires lots of strength and effort to put up. The men work hard to get electricity to all the different stands that need it. There are many foods offered outside the Grand Hall. We've got the Greek coffee, lukumada, and baklava sundae bar, the actual bar, and the most famous, the gyro tent. Every parishioner is involved in some way. People of all ages contribute to this loving, accepting community.
How long have you been working at the food festival?
A long time.
How old are you?
8.
Well, I am the priest kid, and I'm in the gyro tent a lot. I cut gyro meat. My favorite food? I don't know. I'm starting to like the cheese. The what's it called? Saganaki cheese. I really like the Saganaki cheese, and you can't go wrong with the gyro.
What is your role in this festival?
Right here. I'm one of the festival chair people, one of about 5 or 6 people. I run the gyro tent.
What is the hardest part about this?
Probably trying to shorten our lines, but overall, I mean, we do the best that we can. Keeping everyone happy in the tent is what we strive for, so it's pretty much the hardest thing.
What is your favorite part about this festival?
Everything, honestly, the camaraderie of the people in the church, everyone coming back here and working, seeing everybody laugh and have a good time, so.
I'm a member of the church. My husband is the parish priest. I live in pastry heaven, where we cook all the pastries and prep them for serving.
So how did you hear about this festival?
Well, my friend Ekat, I know, she's very Greek. And she's like, hey, my church is having this festival where it's just like a bunch of Greek food. Do you want to help out? And then I was like, sure.
Where have you been working?
Sometimes I go. Sometimes I go in the ice cream shop. Sometimes I go in the ice cream, and I don't do nothing else except the ice cream.
I've been working at the fries over there, the pita station, cutting gyros, making baklava blizzards, everywhere usually. It's crazy.
Hello, my name is Greg Morris. I'm a parishioner here at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church, along with Maggie, and I am cooking French fries all weekend, about 2,000 pounds in 5 days, and it's all kinds of fun. It's an opportunity for us, the parishioners, to show off our wonderful and beautiful church to Christians and people alike, and share our culture with the different foods, the dance. But it's also an opportunity for the parishioners to share amongst each other a fellowship and a fraternization that we all enjoy.
My name is Leo. I do want to thank all my co-chair people that made this festival a success. I'd like to thank our members of this church, our friends, our volunteers that worked very hard in making this festival a successful one, especially this year. A lot of hard work went behind it, and I want to thank each and every one of you. Especially I'd like to thank the kitchen crew that with patience and hard work, I think that with their help, we made it what it is today. I'd like to thank all of you on behalf of the co-chair people and myself. Thank you very much for being part of it.
Hi, I'm Father Janko, and I have been the head priest here at Holy Trinity Church since 1993. I am blessed to have been serving here for coming close to 24 years, and by the time we open, the 2017 festival indeed will be my 25th year of service here. The festival has been going on for decades here at Holy Trinity Church as an opportunity to open the arms of this community to share our culture, our food, our hospitality, and really just invite people into the life of this community. Deep down inside, there's a little Greek in all of us, so it gives everybody a chance to come in and enjoy some music and enjoy some food. A lot of people come and they say, wow, this is wonderful, I traveled to Greece, and so it feels so good to be here, or some people just love the food. And of course, at the heart of it all is our faith and our opportunity to open the doors of our church and give people an opportunity to come through. I mean, they can come through any day of the week, really any time of the year, but we bring thousands and thousands of people through during the festival. For festival tours, we get a chance to explain the iconography and the theology and the services of the church. So it's really all about opening our doors.
The most prominent icons that we have is up there, the Holy Trinity, and that represents a scene from the Old Testament, which otherwise we would call the hospitality of Abraham. And you see Abraham, Sarah ministering or giving food to 3 strangers, and that is because in Genesis chapter 18 it says that the Lord appeared to Abraham. Now, being in the Jewish scriptures, you probably would expect one person. And yet, when Abraham lifts up his eyes, he sees 3 men. So later in the Christian traditions, we would say the Lord appeared to Abraham. That's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's why he sees 3 men. So it is the icon of the Trinity in one sense. But in another sense, it is showing us something that was very important in the Jewish tradition. Namely, every time you show hospitality to strangers, God is visiting you. And it's a holy duty to show hospitality to strangers. And then Jesus said, I was a stranger and you welcomed me, as in Jesus. So in this parish, we take hospitality very seriously. I hope you partook of some of that, right? Did you eat already? Good. Was the food good? That's our way of showing hospitality, and it's a sacred duty. All of this is done with volunteers. And we are a very small community, so we put our whole heart into this. I don't know how many thousands of families we expect that our parish has. We're actually a little bit under 300. And when we say 300, sometimes we mean 1 retired person. Sometimes we mean 1 student. Sometimes we mean like a larger family. And so we're a small community, but very generous, very much ready to show you hospitality, and I hope you enjoy that.
Every year, we end the festival in prayer.
Let's pray to the Lord. Lord, have mercy. Lord Jesus Christ, the life and the strength of all who put their hope in you, whose mercies are numberless, and the treasury of goodness that is infinite, we thank you for blessing us, this festival, this community, all those who have served and offered their sacrificial love and offerings to you. And we humbly beseech you to continue your goodness towards us, as you have been well pleased to bless these your servants and this community with all your heavenly graces, perseverance in good works. We ask that you prepare us for your blessings in this life and for the enjoyment of eternal happiness in the life to come. For you are the giver of all good things, and to you we give glory, to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, now and ever, and to the ages of ages. Amen.
And now, we dance. How lucky are we to have such amazing people in our lives? People who show us what it means to really live. We all might come from different backgrounds, but God brought us all together to be one big, happy Greek family.
Μέσα από τα ξεμπλέκα μαλλιά σου, πόσο με πληγώνει η ματιά σου. Λες πως αποφασίσες να φύγεις, θες το παρελθόν να αποφύγεις. Όμως στάσου, λίγο στάσου, γύρνα πίσω και μην κοιτάς μπροστά σου. Στάσου, λίγο στάσου, θέλω κάτι να σου πω κι ύστερα γεια.
What's your favorite part?